Hello, Days of Our Lives fans. This is for Tuesday, July 16th. Please like, subscribe, and share. Eric's chilling like a villain with his little man Jude. Roman comes in. Roman does not yet know that Eric is his real father. And he's like, Eric, what are you doing here? You're supposed to be on a plane. And is that Jude? And he explains everything to him. And Roman doesn't even mention about what EJ did or anything. He's just so excited to have his grandson back. And he encourages Eric to try to get back with Nicole. So Eric's hanging out there. Meanwhile, Marlena's on the phone with Leo, who's trying to get her to watch some show with him or something. He's like a little kid. He's so funny. But she's outside EJ's house. She goes in. She's got a thing or two to say about him for stealing her grandson. And he's telling her how sorry he is, and he regrets what he'd done, and he didn't know all along that Jude was not his son. And she said, I just come here to do one thing, and she slaps him silly. Poor EJ, man. I mean, he's getting a rough ride here. He's telling her, he didn't come forward because he loved Nicole so much. He's seen and knew the attraction between her and Eric. He was too afraid of losing her, the baby, and his family they were building. She said, I don't feel sorry for you, and I hope your misery has just begun. She showed no mercy toward him. And I'm sitting there thinking, do you remember your daughter, Sammy, who screwed over everybody and done everything crooked she could? She's just really rough on him. Soon as she leaves, he gets served with divorce papers. That's right, Nicole is cutting him loose. He's very sad about it. He really loved Nicole. It's really sad. I mean, he's lost everything. He even gave up his Tamara shares, and he'll probably lose his DA position. Nicole goes on attack when she sees Leo for his part in blackmailing EJ, or his part in the whole situation, and she finds out some stuff she didn't know, and he told her he had no idea that Eric was the dad. Nobody told him that information. He needed the money real bad, and he loved little Jude, and it was an important thing in his life when he delivered her. She said, well, you can make it up to me if you'll testify in court against EJ. He refused to do it because he said, I think EJ's lost enough. That was very thoughtful of him. Here's crazy Connie going to Bobby there and telling her, I took care of the commish. And then he finds out that she thinks she possibly murdered him. And he's like, what? I didn't say anything about murder. And she said, well, when I said I would take care of him, what did you think I meant? I thought she meant murder too. So, I don't know why he's acting stupid. He's freaking out, and he's telling her, nobody can see us together. Now get out of here. Well, she walks out the door and runs into Leo, and she's like, oh, you're Lady Whistleblower. I'm such a big fan. And they talk for a minute, and he's like, oh, so you're a friend of Everett's. And she's like, yeah, and then she hurried out. These two are waiting at the hospital because Rafe is in surgery. So Gabby and Jada are sitting here waiting, worrying. Kayla comes out, says there's been a problem. He has a pulmonary embolism, and he has slipped into a coma. They are devastated, and they're crying, they're hugging each other. Meanwhile, Roman takes his little self over to Marlena, and they just celebrate really about having Jude back, and they're so very excited. And Eric, I guess he's back at his and Sloane's apartment. I don't know where he is, just playing with little Jude. And Nicole opens the door and just looks at him very lovingly. And you think, yeah, they got feelings for each other, but this is going to be bad unless they recast Nicole and get the other one to stay. That's a